the restaurant industry influencers event hosted by Google, and we're going to learn everything there is to know about YouTube for restaurants. We are going live. We're going to show you the presentation. I'm going to talk about our Cali BBQ page, what we've been doing on social. So we do a lot of social content. We do a lot of social storytelling on Instagram, on TikTok, but we have really invested heavily in YouTube Shorts. So we're going to show you guys behind the scenes. We've got restaurant influencers, restaurant CEOs, restaurant tech people, podcasters from all over the US that have flown to New York City to learn all about what Google's up to. And this next presentation is going to be about YouTube. So I had to get approvals to do this live video, but we are live. Presentation is going to start once people start filing in, but I wanted to go live to set the stage for what we are going to present. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are doing more live videos. We believe deeply in what YouTube is building, what Google's doing, and we want to share all the secrets with you guys. So thanks for hanging. We're going to get the presentation started in a little bit. I'll do a little bit behind the scenes tour right now. What's up, Dean? Thanks for being here. Behind the scenes, YouTube Live, getting ready for the YouTube presentation. Once they get everybody in the room, then we're going to actually do the presentation, and I got approval to share with you what Google's doing for YouTube for restaurant. It's my guy. It's my guy. There's videos everywhere. It's Content Power Hour.
Back again.
When was the last time that we met?
That was
2011.
No, not that long.
No, the first time. I'm sorry, not the last time. When was the first time that we met?
Had to be 4 years ago. Was that Lola's?
It was
Was it?
September for Toast's IPO. I met you and Kyle and Sarah for the first time in New York City. I was here for the IPO for Toast, but I met you and we did 3 episodes that were not planned in advance. We did 3 restaurant influencers. They were my first episode was Sam the Cooking Guy, but the next 3 episodes were New York City restaurants, and they were with my man G, my man Kyle and Sarah. We're behind the scenes, inside Google, inside the restaurant industry, influencers event. What's the question for me?
What was your biggest takeaway from this meeting?
A takeaway that I could share or not share?
Yeah, you can share.
The biggest takeaway is just how powerful Google My Business is. Like the Google Business Profile. What is it? What's the acronym?
GBP.
GBP. I'm sorry, GBP. Google Business Profile.
But don't you agree most restaurants don't do it because they're just like, I don't know how this works?
I think the biggest thing for us, Cali BBQ, why we don't do it is that we don't believe that people are seeing it. Even though I know people see Google. Like I literally came to New York City, and what do I use to find restaurants near our hotel? What do I use to find coffee when I wake up at 4:30 in the morning? Like I'm using Google Maps. So why don't I, as a restaurant owner, prioritize it?
Well, I think a lot of people touched on it. You don't know what you're going to get from it.
Yep.
And you don't know what they're going to put out there versus what you want to be out there.
Correct.
But
what do you think about the social media integrating the feeds? Did you agree with what I was saying?
Well, the video
Why don't you back me up?
Well, the video thing was good.
The video thing.
Bringing about
Yes.
that. I mean, because I think what I thought was most important about that was the fact that if somebody, or determining if somebody could search for a category.
Yep.
Like, what's the best barbecue in San Diego? Not if
Correct.
they're looking for you. How can you
Oh.
prioritize that?
That's, you want to talk, my biggest takeaway, which I hope I don't forget, is, what is it in Spanish?
Oh, yeah.
Cerca de mi?
Yeah.
Cerca de mi. So if you're a business owner and you're not prioritizing Spanish, they couldn't even put the number of how many users, the growth.
Yeah.
Because the number was too big. So cerca de mi. That was that's got to be my biggest takeaway.
English, and what is it?
English and Spanish.
Rev said menus too.
Menus. Oh yeah. Well, he's using AdWords. He split his AdWords in half. So he's doing testing in Spanish and testing in English, which you guys should definitely use.
Sombrero?
Sombrero Mexican food.
We've got a mouthful of food, but it has been amazing information today. Really happy that Google put this on. I'm learning so much to take back to my clients. Google is also learning a lot from us. Boots on the ground, people who are doing it. This has been an amazing event.
We're already like an hour and a half past programming time. So like we
just kept peppering them with questions, thoughts, comments.
When you ask business owners for feedback and you actually get them out of their business, You got to get them out of their
when
business.
you get the Rising Tides group of leaders, what do you expect? I guess Google probably didn't know, but we knew. I'm not surprised.
We're going to go show them the YouTube presentation, which I have approval to share. YouTube for restaurants. I'm going to be talking about what we're doing on Cali BBQ's page. So if you're not following Cali BBQ Restaurants on YouTube, go check it out. We're posting YouTube Shorts there. The same videos that we're posting on Instagram Reels, the same ones on TikTok. But I'll tell you a secret. I'll share that secret in the presentation because we've learned something a lot in the last 4 months. Let me show you guys a little bit behind the scenes. What's up? How we doing? Thanks for joining the live. What's up?
That's what that was.
It's not quality.
Can you give us high level what's happening on camera?
Oh, in terms of what's happening in Just right
just a
now?
live.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a live.
Yeah,
So here we
I
go.
love it. Yeah. So
Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Lisa Lansman with Google. I'm so excited that everyone's here today. It's been a phenomenal day of discussion and feedback and sharing and learning from everybody. So what you were seeing right now is Sarah on our team is interviewing Rev. I'd love to hear about the key takeaways. And Shawn, I'd love to hear about yours too. So hopefully we can spend some time on that a little bit later.
We're excited. So later, I'm going to interview Lisa. We're going to do the restaurant influencer. So on entrepreneur.com, you can check out her interview with all of the takeaways, all of the things that we're learning, all of the feedback. That you invited a very vocal group to this.
That was on purpose. And you guys have been incredible. Can't share it all. But
We can't share it all, but what we can share, we will share. We are going to share what we're doing it with YouTube, the YouTube presentation. So I'm going to take you guys there once we are able to herd all the cats back into the room.
Can't wait.
Are they interviewing? Are they mic'd up?
Crazy.
Are they? Oh no, they're just B-roll.
Yeah, just chatting.
I want to know the difference of that a little bit better. I'm sorry.
We're live on YouTube. So can you give me who are you and why did you get invited? Why did you get? I know, hey, welcome to product marketing. Hey, let's go. Who are you? Who are you and why are you here?
Avi Gorin, co-founder of Marquee, and I'm here because I know Shawn Walchef.
No,
Why
stop
would I
it.
be here?
Stop it. What does Marquee
We
do?
work with 10,000 plus restaurants, helping give them efficient access to reviews, review management, menu updates, everywhere your customers are looking and hoping to find you. And we get to partner with Google. It's
Yes.
pretty cool stuff.
Isn't it crazy? Have you been on a Google property before?
Not legally.
Not legally. It's your
I was
first
texting
official
Anna.
invite?
I was texting Anna. I can't believe we get to be in this room.
Isn't it?
This is so cool.
It's amazing.
This is so cool.
Yeah, feedback is it's one of the most. I mean, when tech companies as big as Google, which I think is there a company bigger than Google?
I mean, not by much.
Not by much. When a company this big asks for boots on the ground, oh, this is good. Something's happening. On our way into the room.
So it was a camp council.
Yes. Turn it on. Oh yeah. We're live. Hey, what's up? We're live. We're live on YouTube. What's your biggest takeaway?
Grab your Google business profile. It's where conversion happens.
Ooh, it's a good takeaway. Thank you.
You are hot mic.
Hot mic.
I mean, you're also live right now. It's like the ultimate.
I'm
hot
live. I'm yeah, definitely hot mic.
mic. Double hot mic. Live mic.
Live mic. Whoa. There he is.
In the flesh.
Who's sitting up front with me? Who's doing this? Who's doing the live?
You know, just hold his phone, sit up front with him as he goes on.
This is Aaron from our Cali, but he's very excited to hold the camera for the live.
I mean, for sure, my wife.
Very excited. Like he's thrilled.
I've got to produce
I
the whole thing.
I want to see you produce this live, but Michon can produce it. Michon, Let's go. Shawn, you're up. Let's go. We're going to do the thing. We're going to make sure that YouTube, we get this documented. We're going to make a lot of content after this, but live, there's nothing like a live experience. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Troy Hooper.
Let's go. We're at Google.
Pepper Lunch Restaurants. Pineapple. Is it the pineapple perspective?
All the above.
Do you have a perspective today?
I have a lot of perspectives I'm going to have to formulate.
Formulate.
And then post them.
You've never had to formulate anything.
Yeah.
You're pretty off the cuff kind of guy.
There's a lot going on.
Chip close.
What's going on?
You're a busy man. You're trying to do the thing.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know you could do that. It's amazing. It's so cool. I'm not going to change my Instagram story. I'm with you. That's exactly what it is.
Sterling Douglas.
What's up?
What's up? We're live on YouTube.
Oh, we're live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Who are we berating next?
Who are we? What do you mean? This is a hospitality group.
I mean,
this is a hospitality.
providing
constructive
and
feedback.
helpful feedback
Constructive
to improve
feedback.
the lives of many independent operators and restaurant owners.
That's correct.
YouTube.
Okay.
He's excited about it.
Pretty much at a quorum. Everyone's got
Zach
their
Oates.
snacks.
Wait, who has better hair?
Lisa, I'm good to go.
Who has better
And
hair?
here I go. Okay,
Mine
great.
sounds good that you said
So, hi, I'm Farah. I work on food and travel on YouTube. I'm based in San Francisco. Happy to be here in this freezing cold weather with all of you. Wanted to start with just some of my favorite YouTube channels. I know YouTube is really known for long form video. I love watching the Architectural Digest long form videos. I love watching NPR's Tiny Desk long form videos. And I also like working with a lot of food and travel creators. One in particular is Rebecca, that you'll see also another point in our presentation. We've been working with Rebecca since like late August, and her channel started with like 6,000 subscribers. Now she's over 15,000 subscribers. She started just as a food creator, shorts primarily, and was posting her shorts that she had a channel for a while and really wasn't doing anything with, and decided to bring them over and really started investing in it and really grew her channel a bunch. So we'll talk about her later on. But that's a little bit about me. I'm excited to be here. And what is food and travel content? So we, thinking about restaurants, know that travelers and locals are both looking about where to eat. I was just talking with Aaron about like the first thing we do when we land in a new city is look what is open near my hotel so I can grab a snack. And so food and locals are also looking for where to eat. So making sure that you have a presence on YouTube is important. Restaurant owners in the room, how many of you have a YouTube that you're consistently posting on? Rev, we know. We know Shawn. Okay, great, but not a lot of you. And I'm gonna kind of breeze through some of the basics about YouTube and then talk about some of the suggestions that we have for restaurants and some of the things that we are building for restaurants and for locals and travelers to be able to find that content more easily on YouTube. Hopefully I'll get us back a little bit on schedule as well. So why are YouTube channels important? We need to showcase your restaurant across YouTube services. We have the direct brand voice, engage with creators who are making content about you and also being able to curate that content on your page itself. And then also the potential to be featured on search. So we have some product features, some that you saw, some that are still to come, where we're pulling in YouTube Shorts onto the search page. So we want to have the most reach and be where your users are. So the short form videos obviously have really changed the way people are watching. I think we all understand this. When TikTok was down for those 12 hours, where we were going to go. But everyone was kind of going to their other platforms. And those who had previously been YouTubers really didn't have to worry about losing contact with their audience because they had already kind of built this up. So I think it was a good moment for everyone to realize that diversifying the platforms is super important, and being able to be where your different audiences are is critical. So YouTube Shorts, for those who are not as familiar, is our short form product on YouTube. And as of October, so pretty recently, now they're all up to 3 minutes each. So they're short vertical videos, and you can discover them within the YouTube feed, within YouTube search, on Google search. And we also have an in-app creation feature. I know we were talking about CapCut earlier, but I think there's some features in here that we're trying to build in to allow creation to be more seamless if someone is creating in-app as well. But I think the 3-minute ask was one that we heard a lot from creators, especially because we encourage a lot of you to use the content corpuses that you already have to bring them onto YouTube. Previously, when it was less than 60 seconds, that was a big barrier, but now that that's gone, hopefully you're more attuned to try and bring some cross-posting. And we encourage that just to understand your YouTube audience a little bit better. The audiences on YouTube is different than the other platforms, and so if you start with a library of what you already have, you can see what is doing well before you really invest and decide on what content to create specifically for YouTube. So we see Shorts as a good way, as an entry point, so you don't have to go all the way into creating high production long form video, although restaurants do make beautiful long form video, and Shawn will talk about it. But it's a good way to kind of start and then dabble in some of our other features and products as well. So Shorts it's big. People are there, people are using it. 2 billion monthly login users, 70% of YouTube channels are uploading on Shorts. So like I said, some people are coming just as Shorts users, and those who have been with us for a long time are now also adopting it as well. So there's people here. There's a big global audience, and one that we think restaurants should be tapping into more. It starts with Gen Z, of course, as the short form video kind of frenzy did, but it's all age ranges on YouTube. I found this to be quite interesting. I think that's why it's important to understand your YouTube audience. It might look a little bit different than it does on Instagram, for example, but the subscribers that you build and who you're going to reach, we have really good analytics. I know we talk analytics a lot, but the YouTube analytics dashboard is really interesting. It shows where traffic is coming from, shows who your audience is. It shows what keywords in the YouTube search brought them from YouTube to your video. We've been talking with restaurants, and they found it interesting that this one salmon video that they had was like really blowing up. And so they started to post more about their salmon dishes just to kind of capitalize on the fact that that's what people were searching when they found them. So getting some of these nuggets that perhaps you weren't getting in other platforms is another great reason just to bring your library over and check it out. Obviously, we are using AI to power a lot of these new and exciting features. So servicing the relevant content is super important. We want to make sure that if someone is searching and they're in New York City and they're looking for burgers, that we're not showing them burgers that are in Mississippi, for example. So balancing that, are they looking for something near them, or are they just generally understanding, wanting to know how to make a burger, for example, is something that we're really trying to use and do better at. We also have automatic speech recognition. We have this in 16 different languages. So we were talking earlier about the Spanish language. If this is important to you, we can help out with that speech detection. YouTube is a platform, I think, that is uniquely viewed across surfaces. So it's definitely mobile, of course, but it's desktop, and it's also in your living room. So this is, I think, compared to some of the other platforms, a unique feature about YouTube and one not to forget about. People could be searching on their TVs, for example, and watching a long form video that you have about your day in the life, and they're watching it almost like they're watching a TV show. And then lastly, I wanted to point out this Media Ratings Council that gave YouTube a really high trust and safety rating. I think really in today's like social media frenzy, this is nice to have some third parties looking in and say, yes, YouTube is doing a responsible job and showcasing the videos that they are. So how can you as restaurants kind of use this, and where should you start? So like I was mentioning, reaching a new audience, seeing who's there, inspiring customers to check out your offering, and then converting new customers, hopefully getting new customers through the door. So where to start? Definitely making a channel. That's where we should start. Only a few hands went up. I said, who has YouTube? So at the absolute least, we would love for you to claim your handle, have a channel, and link it in Google Business Profile. Having some more information about your channel is a great place to start. When we talk to restaurants, they get nervous about starting a channel before they're really ready to upload a bunch and like keep it in their content strategy. totally understood. And one way that some others have gone like past that barrier is a way that I'll show you in a few other slides, which is about making playlists. But if you don't fully ready to have all your content uploaded, I think at least having your kind of homepage created with your name, your business type, uploading your logo will impact some other product features that we're creating and link it back to like the authoritative, direct, authentic voice of you and your restaurant. A way to, though, optimize your shorts if you already are on YouTube, and these are just like very tactical must-dos, is to include the name of the place in the title and description. This helps us a bunch in understanding what the video is about. And if we know what the video is about, we can more relevantly bring it to users who are searching for it. If the restaurant has it handled, you can mention that. And then lastly, tagging the geolocation to help enable place pivot pages, which I'll show you next. So this is my girl Rebecca, who you know is my homie, and this is her geolocation tagging the restaurant in London, Sketch. And so that helps both a user know where it is, but also enables these place pivot pages. So this is this is a place pivot page for a different London restaurant, Duck and Waffle. But it shows all the shorts in one page. Yes, we have a question.
When you say title or description, does it have to be in the first line or can it be anywhere in the caption?
Anywhere in the description, yeah. And then I'm pretty sure everyone here understands the difference between title and description, but there is a little bit of a nuance where when you're uploading a YouTube short, where you're prompted initially to write, that's where your title is, and then you can edit your description after you post. So that's where you have much more characters to be able to indicate your description, but your title is what some might think of as the description, because it's the first thing that you're prompted to do when you're creating. So it's a little bit tricky, and we understand that's a bit of frustration for creators, but the first thing that you write when you're uploading, that's the title, and if you want to add a description, you can do that after it's posted. So these place pivot pages are new and really, I think, a fun way to see everything all in one place. And an important reason to have a channel and link it in your Google Business profile. So that geolocation for here, this example, Duck and Waffle. Duck and Waffle has a YouTube handle that you can see is hyperlinked at the top, and that is because we know of it since it was linked in GBP. So they created a YouTube page recently so that they were able to have a place pivot page with their official that they can then direct people to. If you don't have a restaurant official channel, then it won't have a directed one, but you'll still be eligible for a place pivot page. But this just shows if someone can learn more about you or get in touch with you, that's like the best way to showcase that it's kind of owned by you. Okay, so creating and engaging once you actually have a post or you already have a channel is important. But as with other marketing channels, you know, being regular, weekly, daily posting, maintaining a schedule, cross-posting, all great things to do. We also like to call out this community tab, which again, I don't think is overly utilized. It's kind of like Google Posts. Do those in the room even know about community tab? Kind of ish. It allows for static posts and images to be posted on your YouTube page. So if you did have an offer or something that you wanted to indicate, you could do so here in the community tab. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is playlists. So we recommend kind of just getting started. These are some examples of restaurants that I've personally worked with and the different ways that they're using playlists. So first is the mentions playlist that you can see here. So mentions playlist allows you to pull in content that's already made about you on YouTube and bring it into one place. So you can think about this some kind of similarly to on Instagram, how they have the tagged tab. This is just gives you as the restaurant the ability to curate what that tagged tab looks like. And if you had no other content on your page, you were still able to give the user kind of a sense of your vibe by pulling in UGC that indicates it, that kind of gives your stamp of approval. You wouldn't have had to work with these creators to pull in and create this mentions playlist, but it does a really nice job of pulling them all into one place. And then the traffic drives straight back to those creators. So it's kind of a mutually beneficial agreement where you can showcase and bring it onto your profile, and then if someone were to view it, the original creator is the one getting those views. So that's a mentions playlist. Curated playlist by themes. If you have, I think, Clemson Street Baking Company on the end, does it based off of kind of the publisher that's creating about them, like Bon Appetit playlist, these are ones that they've made about them. And then collaborative playlists are if you are working with an individual creator and you want them to be able to post directly into a playlist. So mentions playlist, like I was saying, you're as a business owner are curating them yourself. A collaborative playlist allows me and Rebecca to jointly own this playlist, and anything she uploads or anything I upload can both live in the same playlist. So I think that's one kind of feature that's not overly utilized, but one in the world of working with creators could be a nice way to kind of give extra access. Okay, and then some content ideas before we jump to Shawn to talk about him, how he's utilized YouTube for his restaurants. So these are just, as working with kind of restaurants all over the world, really, some things that I've seen that you might be interested in bringing onto your YouTube channels. So Vibe, we've heard a lot about the Vibe, but having content about what it would be like to be at your restaurant is one. Recipes and tips, if your chef is really looking to show off and wants to show some knife skills. This is useful because people do go to YouTube for education as well, so it could be an interesting way to show up as people are searching. Day in the life, I feel like restaurant owners, this is your equivalent to like a vlogger's day in the life, but what is it like to be a small business owner? What's it like in the kitchen, things like that. New menu items is one that I think is really interesting because it is fresh and always going to be updated, but it also gives you the ability to highlight what's seasonally relevant, what's new on the menu, what ingredients are you really excited about. And then lastly is one that I think is underutilized, so I wanted to bring it to this group, which is a playlist of their favorite music. So if you were going to a restaurant, like this would give the sense of what would I be listening to while I was there, or if you really enjoyed the music while you were at a restaurant, you're able to say, hey, yeah, check us out on YouTube and you can hear our whole playlist. So I think this is like a unique way to do things that are besides just directly content about your restaurant, but still fill up your YouTube channel. So all in all, YouTube is a great place to be. We would love to see more restaurants on it. We're doing what we can to showcase them more. Creators love being on YouTube, and so do we. It's a great platform across all screens, and then we're also working to multiply kind of these efforts through AI and all these other features that we're creating. So I'm going to call up Shawn, and he's going to talk about how he's been using YouTube, and then we can converse. And you can ask him all of your questions.
Okay, Shawn. Hey, Shawn, how do I measure effectiveness in Google Business?
You need the box, right? What was the question?
How do I?
He's being a smart ass.
Well, get the box if you want to be the smart ass.
Don't call it.
I was asking you, how do I measure the effectiveness of my content in Google Business Profile?
Oh, you weren't paying attention?
This is about YouTube.
We're on YouTube. Anyways, I know many of you in the room, and for those that don't, I do not know, thank you. Thank you for inviting us to be here. It is a true honor to be in a Google property to learn all of the things that we can do as an industry to get people to use Google's tools. Quick backstory on me. My name is Shawn Walchef. My wife and I, we own Cali BBQ in San Diego, California. We have 3 locations. One is a full-service restaurant. We've been in business. We're celebrating 17 years in April. We just opened up. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have an incredible team that is there today running that so that I can be here with all of you learning. So 3 locations. We also started a media company, Cali BBQ Media, 7 years ago. We started a podcast, and now that it's grown into us doing content for other B2B tech companies, as well as other restaurant groups. The reason why I'm here today to share is specifically about YouTube. I believe in video, deeply in video. I know that all of the platforms are now pushing for video, whether that's TikTok, whether that's Instagram, whether that's Facebook, whether that's X, whether that's Blue Sky, you name it, they're pushing for it. Why? Because we go to social media to learn about stories and to be educated. So we have a saying in Cali BBQ Media that's be the show, not the commercial.
Yeah, it's on Aaron's hat.
It's on Aaron's hat. I have no, that's correct. Be the show, not the commercial. Why? Well, I have a son. He's 7 years old. His name is Khalid. I have a beautiful daughter. Her name is Mila. She's 5 years old. They have grown up watching YouTube Kids. That is where they watch content. And I remember when my son he first started interacting, he was, I don't know, 1, 2 years old. The first digital button that he learned how to hit, does anyone want to know what it was? Skip. Intuitively, he knew. Intuitively, my daughter, she knew. They don't want their stories interrupted. As humans, we don't want our stories interrupted. We don't watch commercials. We don't want to watch commercials. Why do we go to platforms like YouTube? To be entertained, to be educated. And that's why I believe so deeply in video. That's why I had so much feedback for what Google Business Profile can do, because that's a very powerful, as Chip Close said, intent. That is an intent platform. If we're putting information there, we want to see people purchasing things in our restaurants. We want to know. Eric, my CFO, he wants to see that data. Did these people come in? Or did they get directions to our business? Did they order online through Toast? We don't have any YouTube subscribers. So me up here talking about YouTube is kind of ironic, but the fact is that as much as I believe in social media, we wouldn't have our restaurants open if it wasn't for the internet. And I'm here to confess to this group that YouTube is something that we didn't prioritize in our marketing efforts until recently. So that's why I'm here to share about what we've learned recently while we're building YouTube first. We've always, once Instagram came up with Reels, we invested in Reels. Once Facebook allowed us to go live, we went live on Facebook. Once TikTok came out, we started using TikTok. YouTube was always just a repository for all of our content. We never built YouTube first. And I'm fortunate that I have a show called Restaurant Influencers, and I interview huge YouTubers like Sam the Cooking Guy, who built incredible channels, and they build for YouTube. And then they start to do things on TikTok and Instagram, and now YouTube Shorts. So just real quickly, and then we can move on. Video's game changing. This is just some of our analytics from our channel. How to sell barbecue sauce. So Sweet Baby Ray's Catering, that's Deuce Raymond. He has an absolutely incredible YouTube channel. He's out of Chicago. I've met him through the barbecue community. Now he's producing content for YouTube. How to sell barbecue sauce. Why is that relevant? Well, it's relevant for me as a barbecue business owner, because I wanted to figure out how to sell barbecue sauce in my restaurant. How do I bottle it? How do I sell it? So what did I do? I just chased my curiosity as a business owner, created a video for YouTube that could maybe help another business owner that wanted to sell sauce. This is basically why I asked to speak, just because we know so many restaurant owners struggle with social media. They don't know what to post, they don't know how to post, they don't know where to post. We have all the tools that we need. As you guys can see, I have my incredible media team. Shout out to Aaron and Brandon and Shawn. We appreciate all the work that they've been doing all over New York City, but we all have a smartphone in our pocket. And we all have the opportunity to share the stories within our restaurant. So these are videos. I hired Vince recently to take over our Cali BBQ handle for our restaurants. It got to be too much for me to post my own content on my channel, Cali BBQ Media content. I also have a Walchef Wolfpack page. So like, we live in the content world. We're telling stories all the time. But I told him and I hired him to tell stories about our restaurant. Specifically, I wanted short form video. I wanted short form video for Instagram Reels, for Facebook Reels, for TikTok, but primarily I wanted to make sure that he was putting them on YouTube Shorts. And what we have found, 21,000 views, 18,000 views, 17,000 views, 15,000 views. Some of these videos have performed better than they perform on Facebook, better than they perform on Instagram, better than they perform on TikToks. Now, some of them, it's different, the analytics are different, but this is what's been happening just in the last 3 months since we started prioritizing YouTube. And the coolest thing about YouTube Shorts is that it allows you to link to a longer form video. So I know that's 102, you know, we're talking 101, but I'll share a quick story about what happened to me yesterday. So yesterday we filmed a restaurant influencers interview at a local Lower East Side restaurant, Sammy and Susu. So my media team, we set up, we had this incredible 5-course meal prepared. Amir is the owner. I went live. We're live on YouTube, or we were. Where are we? We're still live? Oh, there it is. It's on YouTube. Hey, what's up? The power of going live. There's fear in video. There's fear in restaurant owners posting on social media because they're scared of what is the internet going to say. I own Cali BBQ on the West Coast in San Diego. I have dealt with people telling me, you're crazy, you don't make barbecue in California. Barbecue comes from Texas. Barbecue comes from Kansas City. You guys have no idea what you're doing. And in fact, some of our most popular videos are people telling us that we're doing our barbecue wrong. But for me, the more that we do it, the more that the people that I want to reach, the local people in my area that are coming to visit San Diego for the first time, or the people that are right down the street that have never found my restaurant, that's why we're putting the time and the effort into YouTube. Best practices, trending topics, but back to the story of the restaurant owner in the Lower East Side. Going live makes it so easy to share the story of your restaurant because you don't have to edit it. The problem is that we're worried about how many people are watching it. 25 people. Thank you. I love
32.
25 people. 32. Share it. Please share it. Share it so we get more
By the way,
people.
comments are turned off.
Comments? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, really? It's turned off on the laptop.
So we're getting real feedback here. But nonetheless, what is important is that YouTube will allow people to find that video later. Platforms like Instagram, platforms like TikTok, they don't resurface the videos the way that YouTube does. And I think for me, I hope not only for ourselves at Cali BBQ, not only for the stuff that we do at Cali BBQ Media, sharing business owner secrets, but other restaurant owners start to realize what kind of a tool YouTube is. It's the #1 TV channel in the world. And we're still, YouTube's the OG of social media. And yet here we are worried about short form video, wondering where to post. And I hope that people start to realize how powerful YouTube is. That's it.
Thanks, everyone. Oh, yeah, we have a question. Also, can I show real quick? Shawn really putting into practice what I was talking about. Like, he has the name of his restaurant and the location in this video and in at least two, maybe more of these videos. So that best practice come to life. I didn't even tell him that secret, and he did it.
Thank you. Well, we're going to give feedback to our team.
Keep it up.
I keep learning stuff here.
Yeah, good.
I have a question for you, Shawn.
The boss, yes. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. Okay, so I love the slide you had up there that showed like the growth as soon as you hired the YouTube producer.
Yep.
How did that translate into sales or PPA increase at the restaurant?
That's a great question. We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's the same question that Chip was talking about, Rev was talking about earlier. It's like attribution, right?
Yeah.
How do we find out? And I think, hopefully collectively as a group and Google with all of the smart people that were up here earlier, they can find ways to actually drive, figure out why. Why are we posting? Why is it, For me, it's funny because I always get the question of like, what's the ROI of doing social media content? And I can tell everyone in this room, I can tell anybody on live, I wouldn't be standing right here as a restaurant owner if I didn't post the things that I post.
No, I totally believe it. Like, you're really good at posting on all the other channels, so I'm just curious, like, in doing this focus on YouTube, did you see any increase in sales at your restaurant?
Not yet.
Yeah.
But I know intuitively that it will translate to much bigger opportunities that are actually probably beyond sales, like partnership type of stuff.
What do you
Because what we've seen in social media, the reason why companies like Snapdragon Stadium and San Diego State University have reached out to us is because of video. Because we've been willing to share the things about what we do in our restaurant, how we cook our barbecue, why we do things we do.
Sure, but I mean, that's a great answer. That's the result that you've seen.
That's the result, yeah.
That's great. When do you start making money on YouTube?
That's a good question. It's beyond my scope.
You need a certain amount of subscribers and watch time to be able to then monetize your.
What is that?
I think it's like 100,000 subscribers. 1,000? 1,000, not 100,000.
You're
1,000.
already
That's a
1,000.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over 1,000.
Are you getting a check from YouTube yet?
Not yet.
You gotta sign up for the creator.
Probably.
Partner program, yeah.
Yeah. Adding to my homework, I love it. Share something, Troy.
I was gonna share.
You've got a lot of YouTube.
I was gonna share a story on you. So I'm the accidental, unintended moderator of his lives. Whenever he goes live, for some reason, I'm laying in my bed at 8 in the morning on a Saturday. And as a person watching, but also participating in the conversation, especially when he started doing lives on TikTok and now he's doing on YouTube, I cannot tell you how many human beings said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be there in 3 weeks for my sister's wedding, I'm coming." And he got really smart. He said, the way I'm gonna have attribution to this live is I'm gonna tell them they can have something for free. If you come to Cali BBQ and tell one of my managers that you saw this on a live or with me on TikTok or whatever, we'll give you a bottle of barbecue sauce. We'll give you a free peach cobbler or whatever. He started giving away shirts and hats, and then I think he realized how expensive that was.
I want to give it all away.
Yeah, but
if I get Eric mad at me, then I've done my job as a marketer.
Anecdotally, the number of people who said, "I just told my family member, my friend, I'm an hour away. I'm going to come down there next Saturday," whether they do or they don't. Just the conversation, just the connection and relationship of building a community that happens on a live with no previous relationship, context, or whatever, is insane. So back to attribution. You may not always be able to put a dollar amount to an effort, but holy shit, a lot of people in this country know about Cali BBQ as a restaurant because of that experience.
And I think to Troy's point and why we believe in technology is that we hope that there's a point where on a YouTube short, there's a link to our Toast online ordering to allow somebody to literally, I did a social selling live video last week where I was talking about social selling, TikTok shop, but the power of content, commerce, communication, and community. And Google has all those things. It's just, once we get there, how do we actually use it?
Does anybody want a cheat code for this? Yes? No?
Of course.
No? Okay, nobody wants one. Go sign up for an account on repurpose.io, and you can set up automations that as soon as you upload to whatever channel you want, it will automatically push to all the other channels you want. So as long as you've optimized your content for multiple channels, and by the way, the optimization that you said for YouTube is also the same for TikTok and Reels. So essentially, you can create the content one time and then have it automatically post to YouTube Shorts, automatically post to TikTok. I built 2,000 followers on my personal YouTube Shorts account. I've never logged in and posted natively. It's simply, I put it to TikTok, it just pushes it out.
Copy's the same for all platforms?
Yes.
Copy and hashtags are the same?
So hashtags are...
Can we talk about hashtags? Are they important, not important?
They give us more information and you give users more
Are they
information.
more important than actual text, or is it treated the same?
It's more information.
But that's all platforms, right? Hashtags are becoming less and less and less important because the platforms are smart enough. We just sat through an entire AI presentation to know what the hell the content is. So if you know how to optimize your captions, it will work for all platforms. So repurpose.io. I don't work for them, but I love it.
Did you actually put a button to your post account?
Oh, I wish. That's what.
Oh,
that's what
what a
Kelly's here
question.
for. That's why I'm on the Toast Customer Advisory Board, so I can go and bring that kind of feedback to
It's
Toast.
really great if you can do that.
It would be amazing.
Social
right?
selling is kind of a thing, you know?
Can we
it's
start with
happening.
marketing opt-ins on the kiosk?
Yeah.
Okay, great, I'm done.
Yeah, those. You can order on Toast and reserve a table on Google, but not.
Yes, not yet. There's no integration yet on YouTube. We are live on the internet.
Working on it.
Oh yeah, if you want to say something, we'll turn it off.
Yeah.
Shawn, I got a question.
Yep.
You have done a phenomenal job, I think, at creating what I like to think is one of the greatest opportunities for restaurants, which is like a reality show almost around your restaurant.
Yeah.
How do you go about getting your, and I think it's kind of gone next level with some of this YouTube stuff and the short stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious how you get the buy-in from your staff to do that, because I think it's hugely important when it comes to creating a story around what your restaurant and a feel of what your brand really stands for.
I mean, I think it starts with the owner, to be honest with you. You know, like, we want somebody else to solve the problem, and the owner started the business, and the owner's boots on the ground, and if they're willing to look stupid, sound stupid, not have a lot of people watch, but then consistently do it. You know, when I first started going live on TikTok with Bernice, like, she didn't know what I was doing, but she was okay with it. I explained to her, we're live on TikTok, you know, it's Father's Day, we're selling barbecue, like, you do you, and I'm just gonna talk to TikTok. Now I do the same thing on YouTube, and she gets it. Mardonia gets it, Maria gets it, Lisa gets it. Eric will come in, you know, doing an order, Steven, you know, barbecue scuba Steve, like, he's coming in, and now they're all part of it, and they understand that we're storytelling at all times. Great question.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shawn. Thank you. Okay, we're handing it on over. Oh, we're not having a break. Psych.